This Sunday evening we have yet another huge quarter-final at the Stade de France as the French take on the reigning and defending world champions South Africa. In my opinion, this is as 50-50 as rugby matches get. Both teams have their routes to victory and their strengths and weaknesses in which they'll be looking to exploit from the opposition. Both head coaches have named really strong starting 15s, and in this video I'm going to be looking through the teams and the benches which will look to add impact in the second half, identifying some of the key matchups, and ultimately I'm going to have to give a prediction at the end, which I'm not really looking forward to because I can look very silly when it comes to the match review. I'll start off with the front row as always. The French name a second row of Cyril Bay, Malvaca and Uni Antonio. A really big and powerful front row, but look, when you compare it to the South African front row, it doesn't look quite as big after all. The South Africans go with a front row of Kitshoff, Bayambi and Malherbe. Look, this front row battle is going to be immense and it'll go a long way to determining the outcome of the match. Whoever can get on top at scrum time and provide their fly half or fullback in the case of France with penalties to kick at goal will be a massive contributing factor to the result. Moving into the second rows, you've got Woki and Flamont for France against Etzebeth and Moster of South Africa. Once again, some really good matchups here. Look, you'd probably edge towards the better second row being Etzebeth and Moster. The size of Etzebeth is just phenomenal, and look, especially in the engine room behind the front row, that'll be a massive probably point of difference in terms of adding some extra power to the scrum time. But the French have got plenty of power in their pack as well. Line-out time will be a huge battle between the two locks, and they'll obviously have help from their other back rowers in terms of jumping and line-outs. But look, I think the South Africans would look to try and nick some line-out off of the French and cut down that attacking platform. But you know, Flamont is no fool; he's very good at the line-outs. Woki, I think, organises the line-out for France. So look, it should be a very good contest there. There's some mouth-watering contests in the back row with the French naming Jelonch, Olivon and Aldrit, and South Africa going with the steady front row, the continuity and selection of Khaleesi, Pieter-Steph du Toit and Vermeulen. Vermeulen coming in there for Jasper Wiese. A lot of people have mentioned that as something that they wanted the coaching staff to do. Two quality number 8s. Jasper Wiese is a very good player. But look, Vermeulen's probably got the higher level test match experience in which I think this game could be won and lost depending on. If you look at the number 7 battle, we've got Olivon, who's just such a phenomenal player. One of those players which runs some great support lines, and then you've got him against the huge man in Pieter-Steph du Toit, World Player of the Year at the last World Cup. He's an absolute man mountain, and when it comes to ball carrying and defence, the French have got to be hot on their heels and really have to front up, because when some of these big ball carriers like Pieter-Steph du Toit make some huge carries and the other South Africans latch on and push them through contact, it's very difficult to stop. The number 8 battle of Aldrit against Vermeulen is a huge one. Aldrit is the workhorse of France, the talisman, the player who accumulates so many running metres and tackles throughout a game, will be pivotal for the French success. And then Vermeulen, a huge ball carrier in which played a huge role in the success of South Africa in the last World Cup, will be looking to do the exact same. Moving into the back lines, Antoine Dupont returns after his facial surgery from a fractured cheekbone. Look, that's huge news for the French. They've not got a bad replacement in Maxime Lucu, but Dupont is just different gravy. A phenomenal player. For South Africa, Ryanak comes in for Faf de Klerk. Wow, I didn't expect that. Ryanak probably has not as much test match experience as de Klerk, but Ryanak has got heaps and heaps of pace, a really good all-round game, and look, I'm very excited to see how he gets on. At fly half, we have Jalibert against Le Boc. Le Boc retaining his place after pressure being put on him from Handré Pollard. Look, I'm sure Le Boc has practiced his goal kicking a lot this week. That is, if they don't actually distribute the goal kicking duties to someone like Willemse or Colby. But yeah, Le Boc continues. I think that might be the right decision. The continuity and selection at this stage of the tournament is key. Le Boc's actually been very good in terms of attack. He's orchestrated the team very well, but it's ultimately been his goal kicking that's let him down. Jalibert, the very talented outside half for France, will look to control the game from the start and bring in some of his dangerous attacking runners and get the team on the front foot. He doesn't have to worry about goal kicking, which can be a massive benefit to a flyer half, as that will be given to Thomas Ramos. Looking into the centres, the inside centre battle is one huge battle between Danty and Deolande. Look, that is an absolute collision course. Look, the impact in that collision is something that I don't even want to imagine. An absolute car crash in the midfield, and the battle for the gain line is going to be extremely important in terms of getting on the front foot and being able to release some impressive and pacey outside backs. Fickou faces Kriel at number 13. I think these outside centres are rather different in terms of what they bring to their team. Fickou's probably more defensively minded, not quite as fast as he used to be, whereas Kriel is more offensively minded in my opinion. Likes to make a support line, and he's very fast as well, equally as good. And then in terms of the back three, Belly Ballery starts on the left wing for France. Look, this surprised me. I thought Gabin Villiers would get the nod, but clearly the French left winger has done a lot of work to impress the coaching staff. And on the left wing for South Africa is Colby, who absolutely tore it up in the last World Cup. And look, I always get reminded by South African fans of the step on Owen Farrell in the last few minutes. Look, he's an incredible player and will be looking to turn up and be massive help to South Africa in that backfield in this game. On the right wing, we've got the informed Damien Penaud, who's just absolutely tore up this World Cup, scoring silly numbers of tries against Arendse, who's also an absolute classy player. Look, brilliant feet on Arendse, can beat defenders for fun. And then you've got Penaud with just the out-and-out pace, the try-scoring ability, the ability to find the line from places he has no right to find it. That'll be a brilliant battle as well. And then at fullback, Thomas Ramos against Willemse. Very good battle once again. Ramos obviously is huge to that French team in terms of his goal kicking, and his all-round kicking game as well is absolutely phenomenal. Willemse played very well against Ireland and will be looking to put his best foot forward in this game, especially under the high ball. He's going to have to be on it. I think he'll get bombarded with the likes of Dupont and Jalibert, putting the high balls up. But if he can stand up to it, he'll go a long way to helping the South African side get a huge advantage going into the latter stages of the game. So look, those are the starting 15s. So I'm just going to rattle through the benches. I won't spend too much time on this. For the French, you've got Bourgarit, Wardy, Aldegheri, Tafaruna, Jos, Makalu, Luku and Moefana. Really good replacements there for the French. Makalu obviously has the ability to cover both the forwards and back, so I don't know whether it's a 6-2 split or not, but he's a phenomenal talent. The ability to cover two completely different positions at the international level is just simply ridiculous. For South Africa, you've got Fourie, Nish, Kok, RG Snyman, Kwagga Smith, de Klerk, Pollard and Willie Leroux. Look, some quality replacements on there. RG Steinman in the second row. He's an absolute man mountain as well. The South Africans have got some serious power to bring off of the bench. You've got Kwagga Smith, who very powerful in his own right. Brilliant over the ball. Could be a point of difference for South Africa. And then Handré Pollard at fly half on the bench. If the game's nip and tuck, don't be surprised to see him come on and provide some stability off of the kicking tee. So the last time these two sides met, the French came out on the winning side of the result by 30 points to 26 in what was an incredible game. I remember Wayne Barnes being the referee in that game, getting some stick from both sides. And look, whoever's the man in the middle in this game will be under an awful lot of pressure. And I wish them the best of luck because it's not a position I'd like to be in. Look, I hope this game is one in which no one's talking about the officials. We never want that. But ultimately, it could come down to some key decisions. So let's hope it's a thrilling watch. Hopefully there's plenty of points scored, and look, they're on the biggest stage now. The best teams are playing on the biggest stage. It's all about entertaining the fans. Well, it's about winning, but entertaining the fans will be key to the growth of the sport. So for the sake of the sport of rugby, I hope it's an entertaining watch. The bookies have France by a solitary point, just showing how close this game is. Me personally, I'd never like to do these predictions. South Africa are a World Cup team, always turn up, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them win. But on this one, I'm going to favour the French. I think the French, with the boot of Thomas Ramos, will kick their way to a victory in front of their home fans. But look, it's a game not to be missed. I'm really looking forward to it. And look, there's some brilliant games on the Saturday, but this will be the last of the quarterfinals, and what a way to go out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on the game, who's going to win and by how much. And I'll get back to every single comment as always. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.